Ever since The Force Awakens came out, fans have been disappointed with Captain Phasma. Everyone was excited about the awesome chrome armor and the promise of a badass, no-nonsense female soldier. But then she lowers the shields of Starkiller Base with almost zero hesitation. Why on earth would she do that? The new book, Phasma, gives us an in-depth look into her character to explain why. Today we'll be talking about spoilers from the book as well as some very minor spoilers from the new Phasma comic. Phasma was from the planet Parnassos. It was once a vibrant world full of life until the Constar Mining Corporation arrived. It established facilities across the planet, and one of them was a nuclear power plant. One day, a simple accident set off a nuclear explosion that killed countless people and left the survivors to fend for themselves on a toxic and dying world. Phasma was born around 150 years later. By that time, the survivors had become separate tribes that fought for territory and resources. Survival was paramount above all else. The entire book tells story after story of Phasma's selfish nature. She worked as a part of a tribe, but only because her chances of survival were greater. In fact, she allowed that tribe to murder her own family so she could join them and gain access to their medicine. She fought on their side for 5 years until a First Order ship carrying General Brindle Hux crash-landed on their planet. He promised her tribe safe passage away from Parnassos if they escorted him through dangerous territory back to his ship. They refused, so Phasma and her best warriors left her people defenseless to escape. When they chased after her, she helped kill them. Then she conspired with Brindle's son Armitage to murder him. She was able to remove a witness to her treachery, and Armitage took his father's place in the First Order. So the book doesn't go into Phasma's head during the events on Starkiller Base. It's not meant to give us her exact thoughts and reasoning in that moment. But the real answer is that she is not even remotely loyal to the First Order. She wasn't indoctrinated like the Stormtroopers. She was kept around as a teacher and a symbol of power and might because she was a truly impressive warrior. But she was only using the First Order to escape a miserable life. The second her life was threatened and the choice was between her or the lives of every other person on Starkiller Base, she saved her own skin. A member of the First Order, another captain named Cardinal, warned Hux that she would one day betray them in a heartbeat if she had to, and Hux didn't listen. Now, we know Phasma is still with the First Order in The Last Jedi, but why are they still working with her? I think it's likely nobody knows about her part in the loss of the base. The explosion would, of course, make finding evidence difficult, but she shows in the book that she's very good at covering her tracks by disabling cameras or erasing records. Even if some evidence existed, I think she'll have dealt with it. In fact, the new Phasma comic confirms that assumption. We get to see her return to the computer terminal and erase all records of her involvement. She then sees that a First Order lieutenant already accessed those records and sets off to assassinate him before he can tell anyone else. Knowing her character from the book now, this all lines up with her desire to survive at any cost. Now, if she's still working with the First Order, that means she still thinks they'll be the winning side in this conflict. It would be interesting to see if the Resistance and whatever's left of the New Republic starts to gain the upper hand, how she will handle that. I could see her as a character with shifting allegiances, but one that should not be trusted by either side. But that's basically why she let the shields down on Starkiller Base. She's perfectly fine sacrificing the lives of her allies to ensure her own survival. She was a false idol for the First Order, a symbol of power created by the ignorance of her superiors. If you're interested in reading her story yourself, you can check it out on Audible. The audiobook is out now, and you can get it for free by clicking on the link in the description or by going to www.audibletrial.com/Star Wars Explained. If you sign up for a trial, you'll get a credit for one free book, and you can use it on Phasma or a number of other Star Wars books. Or get any book you want. The point is, you get a free book, and you'll be supporting the channel when you do. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to see new Star Wars videos every single day, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.